Certainly excited to be here. Certainly excited to be here at the Orange Bowl. Definitely pumped to play a great Texas Tech team. Got a lot of respect for Coach McGuire and the job he does. We just wrapped up a practice and enjoying our time so far in Miami.
What's the keys to victory for you guys?
Yeah, play our game. You know, you got two really good teams. You can't go out there thinking about making mistakes. You got to go out there and execute and do your job. Two explosive offenses, two defenses that have played really well throughout the season. But ultimately, we've got an elite quarterback. We've got a team that plays really well together. We need to see that show up in this game.
Dan, does it feel different preparing for a quarterfinal when you've already played a game
Yeah.
compared to last year?
Yeah, definitely different. You know, less time off. I think that's been a benefit for our players. Staying in sequence and rhythm. It's a lot easier to maintain that rhythm for us. But definitely a difference.
Coming off a big win right out of Austin, and you can take that momentum into the next game. How much different was that from last year?
Well, you came off a big win from the Big Ten championship the year before, right? It's just a lot of time, in between, and there isn't a lot of time to think, which is good. In my opinion, playoff games should be played in sequential order and really quickly. I think that allowed for a little bit more of that rhythm this year for us, which was good.
I know you guys have had one 9 a.m. game this year. How do you prepare for the time?
Well, we practice every morning in the morning, right? That's kind of our sequence. So this will be like 9 a.m. for us. That's normally right when we're hitting the practice field. So not that different. Obviously, we got out here yesterday with a little bit of time to prepare and kind of get in rhythm with what the time difference feels like. Got our players up this morning, ready to roll. So I think it's something we'll be ready for. Yeah, I think the record itself just speaks for the conference, the quality of players, and the quality of coaches and teams in this conference. I definitely think the Big Ten is the best conference in college football. Last two national championships have indicated that as well. So it's a good opportunity. There's some good teams, some good Big Ten teams still playing football right now, and I hope they show out.
There's 17 plus in the turnover margin. How do you guys play this when you're not competing?
Yeah, I think the biggest credit to that, belongs in a lot of ways to their defense and the way that they attack the ball. Even when it might be credited as a missed tackle, that's because they're punching and attacking at the ball. So they do as good a job of anybody that we've played at attacking the ball. We have to do a great job of protecting it. And then it's kind of a competition between our defense and their defense on who can create takeaways. Yeah, ultimately, injuries this year has really played a part in really our theme of the season, which is strength in numbers and being able to lean on guys that can go play winning football for you. We have a lot of guys that can do that, and we have coaches that are doing a good job of being able to adapt. When you get guys back like that, you want to try to figure out how you can get back in rhythm and be able to utilize those players, but it won't change some of the things that we've been able to create over the last few weeks.
Speaking of coaches losing your two coordinators, how much more
Yeah, one thing I'll give great credit to Coach Stein and Coach Lapoy. They've worked their tails off. You wouldn't know a difference that they're taking other jobs. They're spending a lot of time at night working on the job that they're about to go into, but they're spending a lot of time during the day on the job that they have and the job that they feel responsible for towards our players. They've worked extremely hard, and the players around them have prepared really, really hard, which has been awesome to see. Yeah, it's always been on the forefront of my mind. It's something you want to happen in your program. I think it speaks to a healthy program when coaches get opportunities. I certainly leaned on some other people on how they've helped handle that situation, what it has to look like. And I think the biggest thing is you can't cheat the players, right? There's something that they've earned, they deserve. We got to be able to give them our best and adapt to make sure that we can give them our best. Bo's doing great, man. It really fires me up. I think everybody knows I'm a Chiefs fan, but if it's not the Chiefs, I'd love to see an Oregon Duck go take care of business, and Bo's been doing an outstanding job. Yeah, play your game, right? Real simple. I'm not getting into our theme of the week, but ultimately go out there and execute the way you're meant to do. What you've shown us a million times in practice, let it show up on the field. No setback. We just like moving Evan up and down so you guys talk about it instead of talking about our team. Yeah, I just think it helps you keep your rhythm. Keep your rhythm when you get an opportunity to keep playing football. If you have a long break, it's hard to keep the focus and the rhythm for your players. Yeah, I mean, again, explosive offense. They've got receivers outside that can win. They've got running backs that are really good in the run game, a quarterback that makes great decisions. Their tight ends show up in the passing game. They're able to play with tempo, which will be a challenge at times. It means you have to line up, get the call, and play. But ultimately, they're really efficient. Yeah, Tech's a really strong team. You know, even if you look at them deep in the fourth quarter, they've really beat their teams by a heavy margin in the fourth quarter. So it's about playing a four-quarter battle, but that starts with starting fast. We've been a really good team when we start fast. We got to be a team that can play all four quarters in this game. Yeah, just the time, maintaining focus, the transition, all the things that go on with the portal. You know, at that time the portal was already open. A lot of things exist in that window that makes it difficult, but everybody's dealing with it. I'd certainly say strength in numbers. Just the amount of players that we can play. Our roster is certainly different. The mindset and the maturity of our players, you know, that really sticks out to me. There's always pressure, and you want